There's a telecom. Why would I answer that? Anyway, Cyberware Research Terminal. The lab computer monitor glows brightly awaiting your input. Undersea Research Laboratory Namasu. Neuroengineering Studio. Alright, custom request. Kendrick, I need a favor from you. I need you to get me one of the non-Reaper subjects from Project Silver Dream. It should be somebody who'd be good for a blue-collar job in a cafe or a restaurant or something like that. Wipe the subject's chip clean, save for the basics. We'll need to build a custom identity from the ground up. Give me a day to clear the paperwork with central control. Won't take more than 5 minutes to clear the persona fix for whatever slob I pull. Are you looking for any cyberware in particular? If so, that might complicate things. Most of our subjects have had pre-assigned suites installed for testing purposes. As long as the subject has relatively unobtrusive implants, it should be fine. No visible combat augmentations or obvious cyberware. Nothing like that. Use your best judgment. I have to work a few things out with Tong in pathology, so you can take your time on this. There's no rush. Good to know. I think I have one that'll work. 91, human male, late 20s, average height. His only obvious implants are a data jack and an ordinary cyber leg. Pre-existing too, so it's not one of our upgraded models. I have him prepped. Alright, Silver Dream Resources. Project Silver Dream Asset Accounting and Disposition. Active 41 subjects, field 29 subjects. Inactive killed 416 subjects. They've killed 416 people. Acquisition. Subjects have been acquired from across the Hong Kong Free Enterprise Zone. Primary locations are Alberdeen, Yaoyachun? Where's that? Guntong and Kowloon City. With the recent loss of the walled city, Kowloon has become a less attractive location for subject acquisition. Future possibilities include expansion into Shenzhen, Indonesia, and Shanghai. To date, approximately 71% of chosen subjects have been sinless, 23 possessed a criminal sin, and 6 possessed a standard sin. Given these numbers, it is unsurprising there has been no official investigation into the subject's whereabouts. However, Project Silver Dream personnel must take care not to draw attention to the project by recruiting too heavily from the same neighborhoods. Medical closet access. Anybody here know the door code for the medical closet in Delta 25? One of the handlers got his finger smashed in the door and he's lost a lot of blood before the tram could get him back to Gamma 4. Speaking of which, does it seem kind of stupid to anyone else that we lock up the medical closets? What gives? Gee, let me think. There isn't a lot to do down here and we've got a lot of mind-altering substances in medical closets. Why do you suppose that we keep the closets locked? While you ponder that, the code is 8236. Get what you need to fix your handler's boo-boo, but if anything goes missing, you can expect Commander Gara to come knocking. Alright. We have a door code. Surgical suites. Cyberware implementation suite prepped and waiting for a patient. Communal computer. Man, there's a lot of reading, huh? Biosafety level 4 prep. Dang, make sure the subject 91 gets moved to one of the hot labs. Minimum biosafety level 4. Once we're done with him in there, we'll need to move him out in a cryo tank until he's back on land. Nobody opens that container unless they want to be confined to cold storage themselves. Are you sure? We've spent a lot of time and money implanting experimental cyberware into these test subjects. You infect them with anything from BSL-4 lab and their life expectancy drops to a week or two tops. On that note, where is the subject going on the surface? Do we have containment team standing by? Is security in place to prevent an accidental breach? Let me worry about all of that. You'll be covered if anything goes wrong. We're just conducting an unusual field test, that's all. Nothing for you to lose sleep over. So they're putting a disease on him and then having him spread to someone. Indeed, what could possibly go wrong? Cyberware packages. Okay, Hung. Since you're new on the project, you probably aren't aware of the various suites that we've been installing into the test subjects. Buckle in and pay attention. I'm gonna give you the basic rundown. Reaper. The Reaper suite and chip were designed for heavily enhanced combat models. They've been given a variety of implanted weapons, musculoskeletal enhancements, and an assortment of bodywear packages to enhance their close combat capabilities. The Persona Fix chip keeps them docile and ensconced in whatever fantasy life we've cooked up for them until we flip the switch. When that happens, all hell breaks loose. Reaper carriers were designed to work as distractions, saboteurs, etc. They are no good as assassins because the methods that we use to override the amygdala prevent them from recognizing specific targets. They can discern between friend and foe, and that's about it. But that's about it. They won't seek out a designated target over any other given hostile. Dreamer. The Dreamer package was designed for deep cover operatives. First, we take a test subject with a superficially similar background to our projected target identity. Then we read their memories using an assist biofeedback system and program a chip for their new life and habits. The cyberware includes a number of neuroshunts, data filters, and mnemonic locks to make certain their subconscious espionage activities aren't remembered. Ghost. Last is the Ghost package, the Assassination Suite. The goal with this package is simple: maximum infiltration, maximum lethality. They've got vocal modulation, retinal duplication, a slew of close combat skill wires, and whatever other spyware we can cram in. They get close to a target and wait for activation. When they've been activated, they do whatever they need to do to get within proximity of their target, and that's when the cranial bomb detonates. The bomb's in their skull? What space do you have for the brain? Or is the whole brain replaced with the cyberware? I hope that they have a contingency plan. Cyberware Research Terminal. This research station is unlocked. Timeline on special project, question mark? How close are we on the special project, Chong? That's a Chong. I need that subject in field testing by the end of the week. Central is breathing down my neck to get results, and I'm not going to let her slow down on your end get me demoted. There's only so fast I can move, guy. Writing the persona that you specified would take a minimum of 4 days. We could do it faster if you'd lend us more people, but no, you wanted to keep this to a core team. Give me some help from the cybernetics firmware team, and we should be able to move closer to your proposed timeline. Okay, Zhong, you win. You can have Deng and his 2 assistants. Deng, I want you to help Zhong out with whatever he needs. This is a red ball. The end of the fiscal quarter is coming up, and I will not have another bad review. Got it. We'll shift priorities immediately. Alright, items missing from weapons locker. Okay people, we've had to change the code for the weapons locker again. Our security drones keep crashing whenever anyone inputs the previous code. QA has managed to track the problem down to an Easter egg that somebody wrote into the object recognition code. I guess 1337 has some significance to some joker on the engineering team. Given this new information, we've changed the code to 4077. I hope this will resolve our random drone crashes. Alright, we have another code. Cryo tank? Frozen metahuman lies within this cryo tank awaiting surgery. Delightful. So this thing's ringing, right? Find the germ warfare lab. Let me just check this. I have... Right, range combat 3, strength 3. I need strength 5, range combat 4. The telecom blinks to life and a woman's face appears on the screen. The HUD below the image identifies her as Dr. Janet Tong. Below her name, the words Gamma 4 Pathogen Hot Lab appear in bold red print. It's difficult to make out the woman's features behind both the telecom screen and her hazmat mask, but her eyebrows are knit together in an angry line. She taps on the receiver. Hello, can you hear me? She leans in towards the screen, squinting. Much of her face is covered, but her clear complexion tells you that she's probably young, in her late 20s maybe. Her mouth and jaw are hidden behind a rebreather, but you can hear the frown in her voice. All of this damn racket is making it hard to hear anything. I've got alarms are blaring from every corner of my lab. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it is impossible for us to work under these conditions. Her voice gets louder, angrier. I swear, if this is another impromptu drill, do you know how much progress I've made on HN539, do you? Almost none. I'm barely a quarter of the way into this thing, if that, and I've got a deadline to meet. I'm gonna let her keep talking, because she seems like she's gonna spill something important. I swear, if those meatheads at base 11 ever want this antimicrobial finished, I'm gonna need... She recoils with a start, then leans in, blinking. Hey, you're not security. Antimicrobial. Is that what I'm looking for? Yes, I am. Screen resolution is just low. It's me, Kendrick. Let's try it. I'm not an idiot. Kendrick's in logistics, not security. You, however. The doctor's eyes widen and she leans back. I don't know you. The doctor blinks as if trying to confirm what she's seeing, then turns to look at something behind her. When she turns back to the screen, her expression is stern. I don't know what you're doing here, but you better stay where you are. The sincerity of her words is undercut by the tremor in her voice. Unfortunately for you, that is not an option. We are here on a job. Whatever inconvenience that may cause you is of no concern to us. I'm warning you, things will get ugly fast if you try to leave the sector you're in. You see her hand tremble as she slaps the receiver. The telecom screen crackles and goes black. I have a feeling that this isn't the last we've seen of Miss, what was it, Janet Tong? Rector runs a gloved hand over his chin. I doubt that she could pose any meaningful threat to us. Nevertheless, there's no harm in remaining vigilant. I think what she means is that there are pathogens and everybody might die. Might get infectious diseases and then die. Anyway, oh look, a tram. Why would the tram be here? Because this is a lab, and this is the corridor. Shouldn't the tram be at the end of the corridor? Why would you have to go through a lab to get to the transport? Another dragon line. How's that helpful though? Oh, weapons locker, sweet. Oh, wait a minute. Did I didn't miss the first aid locker, did I? I might have. Medical closet? 8236? Hold on, let me load. When did I last save? Did I save before coming over? They said they need the first aid locker on that side because they don't want to take the train before they can get medical attention, right? Where was the medical locker? Cyberware research, communal computer, cyberware research. Lab computer. Okay, first aid is not here. Right. Ah. Weapons locker. 4077. Also, if you input 1337 into the drones, they just drop down and stop working. Voltic grenade. Electric shock. I don't really use grenades. But maybe it's better than this one. What is this one? Flashbang. Alright, flashbang is even more useless. Nemesis Arms Gyrojet Pistol. A pistol that fires 14mm rocket rounds. Inaccurate at close range. That is so interesting. That's really interesting. Can I give that? I can't give that to Rector? Why can't I give that to Rector? Oh, range combat 7, he can't use it. No one can use it. Oh, hey, Isabel can use it, but I don't wanna... No, I don't wanna do it. No, I wanna unload it! No, I don't wanna give that to Isabel. Alright. So I think her pistol is actually better, but... That's kinda interesting. 14mm rocket rounds, inaccurate at close range. Interesting. Alright, what's going on here? More dragon lines. Row upon row of man-sized pods line the walls of this room. Each pod contains a single occupant, men and women bound by restraints, all of them apparently asleep. The people in the pods seem almost peaceful in their slumber. They occasionally twitch and sway, but otherwise they remain motionless. Examine the nearest pod. You lean in to get a closer look. The sleeper inside has the weathered, craggy features that you've come to associate with street-level living. But he's wearing a surprising amount of chrome for a homeless man. Ugly welts and bruises mottle his skin, and a handful of fresh wounds paint his torso. The incisions on his torso are surprisingly neat and clean, a recent surgery perhaps. Upon closer inspection, you see a slim braided cable that stretches from the wall to the sleeping man's data jack. The other end of the cable has been hooked to a nondescript Shiawase device that has been integrated into the pod. Glancing down the line of pods, you can see that all of the sleepers are connected to their pods in a similar fashion. There's a peculiar energy in this room. I feel many presences, but all of them are relaxed, as if in a deep slumber. Isabel points at the device that one of the sleepers is jacked into. SCKC, take a look at that. Take a token. They really need to proofread this stuff. My guess is that they're all in a deep dream state via matrix induction, living false lives to keep them docile. They probably have a Bunraku-style lockout once they are brought out of it. In short, they're human robots, all of them. If only there was some way to get them out of here.